Today we're going to be taking a look at SmallRig's master kit for the red Komodo. I'll be going over all the parts that come with this kit, how to properly install them onto the Komodo, and lastly we'll be ending the video off with taking this guy out on production and seeing how the master kit held up, if I had any issues, and my final thoughts. So let's get that intro rolling and start this review. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jason Anthony. I'm a commercial DP and cinematographer based in Los Angeles, California. If you're into tips, tricks, reviews, and how to step up your content creation business as a whole, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn post notifications bell on so you're alerted every time I drop a new video. So disclaimer, SmallRig did send me this cage, but I was not paid for this review, and this is going to be my complete and honest opinion about the kit. I just want to make that known so that no one's thinking that, you know, I'm getting paid to just give a good review. If there's something I don't like or something that I feel like you guys should know that might change your opinion on a product, I'm always going to let you guys know. Now, from left to right, I have the SmallRig master kit alongside my Komodo. We have a monitor mount right here. The red Komodo master kit also comes with 2 screen protectors, so if you mess one of these guys up like you have to, or if something cracks, I love the fact that we have these. We have our cage, our wooden handle. We have a lens support right here. A Manfrotto quick release base plate with a built-in dovetail slot for the RE dovetail if you're using that on your tripod. And lastly, some carbon fiber rods. Now, this didn't come with the master kit, but it is made by SmallRig. It's a multi-tool. It has a flathead, it has Phillips, it has all the main Allen keys that you ever need. So this guy is always on set with me, and I'm going to be using this to put this thing together. And now everything that I'm going to be going over, I will list in the description, from the individual parts to the entire kit itself. So if you want to check out some of the parts or the whole kit, go ahead and do so. It's in the description below. Now, when it comes to cage options for the red Komodo, there's so many different ones, and a lot of you are probably confused on which one to invest in. Some of them can be in the upwards realm of $600 to $800 for other brands' cage kits. When it comes to the master kit, and that's everything that we're gonna be reviewing today, it comes in at $350. I believe the cage itself is around $100 to $120, correct me if I'm wrong, but for just the cage, I feel like that's a great price. And for the additional $250, if you were to add everything together, this kit is such a steal, and there's so many ways of rigging it out. Now let's jump a little bit in detail of the cage itself. On the bottom, there's a rubberized material that's an anti-slip for the camera body. Now underneath the cage, we have 9 1/4-20 threads for various different mounting points, as well as a nice big 3/8, so we can put other base plates on for like tripods, and we're gonna get into that in just a second. But let's go ahead and get Komodo mounted. Underneath the cage, there's also a flathead and an M4 Allen key. That's for these side little guys on the top and on the side of the cage. And what we want to do is take our Komodo and we're gonna slide it in from the back like so. What we're gonna do is simply put this guy in. And what I like to do is start tightening the screws, but not all the way. We wanna just get them to start going and start getting some tightness in them, but I like doing them a little bit at a time, so it kind of teeter-totters down instead of just cranking one, and then it's kind of like offset. So I'm not gonna tighten these down completely, because what we wanna do is get these side screws in on the body first. So what I'm going to do now is just take the Allen key that's underneath the cage, and we're simply going to screw this in. Now you might have to press on it a little bit to find the M4 hole, but eventually she goes right in. That's what she said. All right, same thing for the other side. We're just gonna get this bad boy tightened right here. Same thing with the other side, just make sure. And now what we could do is put this guy back and get to tightening the bottom completely. All right, So now our Komodo is inside the cage, nothing's wiggling, she's solid, she's almost ready to go. And now we're gonna put on some other attachments. Now I'm not gonna show you guys how to put on the screen protector because I already did it and I don't wanna waste my second one. It's just like any phone or tablet screen protector. Make sure the surface is clean. It comes with directions, wipes, dust remover. I mean, this thing's great, so that's always good to have. So I'm just gonna put it underneath my cart. And now what we're gonna start with is the base plate. Now the base plate has a lot of really cool features. One of them that stood out to me at first was the locking mechanism from the side, and that's gonna prevent anything from sliding off. Now I know I showed you guys the tools underneath the Komodo that are held on by magnets, but unfortunately, they're no longer accessible once you have this plate on. So depending on if you buy the kit or just the cage individually will allow you to have access to everything. But like I said, that's why I'm always rocking this guy and it's always coming in clutch. And then what we want to do is take our carbon fiber rods and slide them in. Then all we have to do is tighten down these wing screws. And what I like to do is not have the rails coming all the way back. For me personally, I put them so that they're just snug and flush with the base plate, and then we're all set up. Now, one thing I did want to mention with this base plate is it gives proper clearance to the body. So if you were to slide on a matte box, it's going to be at the right height to fit over your lens. And also if you're going to be using a focus puller, whether it's manual or wireless, it will be at a nice height to go ahead and get onto the gears of your lens. Now on this base plate, like I mentioned, underneath this guy is 4 1/4-20 threads and a 3/8. And then we have our slots on the top and bottom for that RE dovetail. And lastly, there is another wing nut on the left side, which will lock that dovetail into place. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a lens so we can get that lens mount put on. So let's just take this bad boy off, and then we're gonna get this put on like so. And then what I want to do is take the lens support, and we're just gonna gently rest the Komodo back here. We are going to find a spot on the lens that doesn't move because you don't want to put the support and have your gears stuck. We're going to tighten it to the proper height and then tighten it on the side as well. And now we have our lens support. One thing I love about all these, you can adjust them if you're anal and OCD like me. I always like having them flush. I don't know why. I just like them being the same direction. I know, I'm crazy. Now we have our wooden RE rosette handle, and I didn't mention this before, but on the cage itself is not only 2 RE rosette mounting points, but we also have built-in NATO rails on the top and the side. So if you have a side handle that has that quick NATO rail attachment, you could use that. You could use different magic arms. You could do different top handles. Anything with the NATO rail, you could do not only on the top, but like I said, the left and the right. I'm right-handed. The grip that comes with is for righties, and underneath it, built in, is an Allen key. And what we're going to do is just tighten this bad boy. It takes a little bit. I'm probably sweating because it's hot in California. But if you guys don't mind the sweat and you're enjoying this review, I appreciate you guys always for watching. So we're gonna hand tighten that. And now with the Allen key, on the RE wheel that you use to tighten are some holes, and I like to just put that Allen key in and give it a little torque to make sure this is nice and snug. And then we'll just put this back right here so we have it on us at all times. Now you can adjust this in different ways. I like having mine a little bit tilted forward. It feels more comfortable and takes more pressure off my wrist when I'm holding the Komodo like this. So now what we're going to do is mount our monitor mount from the top. Once again, 2 1/4-20 screws, and we're just gonna put that on top like so. Now, one thing I love about this monitor mount is its versatility. Not only can it tilt forward and backwards 170 degrees, but this guy right here can swivel and rotate 360 degrees. So if you want to pull focus from the side, have the monitor facing you and looking like that. So now what I'm gonna do is slap on a battery and show you how everything looks with the Master Kit by SmallRig for the Komodo. And this is the setup. Everything looks nice and flush. I love the red accents because it matches the accents on the lens and my V-mount battery. And now I could use this V-mount as a stock and pull focus with my hand. And then I have the side handle to rest against me as a third point of contact with everything. And now we're ready to shoot. Now there's two more parts from SmallRig that don't come with this kit, but in my honest opinion is a must-have if you have a Red Komodo. And that is this stubby top handle with a monitor mount and a NATO rail for that monitor, being that my cage that comes with the SmallRig cage for the monitor has a NATO rail. And then same thing with the actual mounting of the top handle. We're gonna use the NATO rail that's built into the cage. So let's take this monitor mount off and I'll show you how this part is an absolute game changer when paired with the Master Kit by SmallRig for the Komodo. So we have the built-in NATO rail. She swings out like into there, and then we get her nice and tight. Just gonna tighten her down. And you wanna make sure that this lever is as tight as possible. And it's nice and centered with the lines on the Komodo. So now that that's put on and lined up, all we have to do is take the monitor. Like I said, if you don't have a SmallRig cage for your monitor, they have other attachments that just screw into the 1/4-20 thread of your monitor. But for me, being able to have this monitor on a NATO rail, and same with the top handle and even the base plate to take everything apart, I could break this kit down super fast. If I'm going from, say, run and gunning handheld to a gimbal, I could break this down in 2 minutes, and I'll show you guys before we cut to the B-roll. So this is my ultimate Komodo setup. You do have to buy the 2 extra attachments with the Master Kit if you're looking for this exact setup. Once again, everything's listed in the description below, but this allows me to not only film like this, I can get nice and low, I could tilt that monitor down, I could tilt it back up, I could still use the side handle. I mean, there's so many different ways to grip this, and I love having the options. And then once again, on the other side, you can put other types of handles or however may you have it. But this is my setup. This is what I love. I have both my Komodos pretty much rigged up the same way with the top handle and monitor mount. And now let's break it down. This comes off. This comes off. This is probably what takes the longest, screwing off that. And we're gonna just drop this guy. That's already off. And look, if you need to go from your bag or to a gimbal, you have just packed up everything. So let's go ahead and see how this guy performs in studio. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit BTS of us using this camera on set as the exact setup that you see here. And then I'm gonna leave off with the video giving you my final impressions of this cage. So you just saw a BTS of us using this whole rig on set, and I could tell you guys, I had zero issues with this kit. Nothing got loose. It was so easy to build and tear down back into my bag. I had zero issues, and I love the way aesthetically it looks and how the whole kit functions. There's so many ways to use this kit in different configurations, and depending on what your needs are, you can get that set up. So if you thought this video was valuable, if this answered any questions, if you were on the fence about getting this guy, let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you disliked it, hit thumbs down twice. Until next time, guys, I'm Jason Anthony. I'll see you soon. Peace.